Dream and Static by Earthside.
It is Static.
Dream and Static. This song came together musically by far the easiest of anything on the album. It started as a jam session that I was not initially part of. I was scrambling to get my guitar equipment like working once I heard these guys jamming. I'm like, this is awesome. I need to get in on this immediately. And I think over the course of 1 or 2 rehearsals, we had the meat of the song instrumentally and even a lot of the ambient and kind of backing track kind of parts.
Like Jamie said, it was very quick to come together instrumentally, and kind of the critical moment hit when we were thinking, you know, is this an instrumental song? Is this a vocal song? And I think what happened is there was a little bit of a like divide in the band of like, Ben was like, I'm not sure if this is really a great song, and Jamie and I are like, I think it's really good, and Ben pushed really hard for vocals. He's like, I think vocals will give it an extra edge. It'll make it kind of more, I'm not sure how to, I don't want to speak for you.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I always thought it was, it had a lot of strong elements to it. I think for what we go for, I think as a band, we try to paint a different picture from song to song with the feelings behind it. There's always sort of a consistent drive we have as far as the things that are on our mind and the feelings that are pushing our music, but we try to, with each song, maybe tell it a little bit from a different angle, and this song harmonically does some things that are a bit different or a departure from other areas on the album, and it's a space that we don't normally explore as much. So I think it was something we had to kind of put a lot of thought into as far as how we were going to convey it, and I think the song had a lot of potential that I could really see coming together with a really strong vocalist at the helm. And the guy that I think almost instantaneously kind of came to mind for all of us was Daniel Tompkins from Sky Harbor and TesseracT. And I mean, there's not really much else to say about this guy other than the fact that he's one of the most phenomenal singers in modern alternative music. The guy just has, his voice is like butter. It's like butter. We really, really wanted to work with him, and he was really interested in the song, but as a lot of people know, he's such a busy guy. He's got so many projects that he's juggling that it was a little bit tricky to work the scheduling, but we were able to get him on board in the end, and I think it really, a song that I initially had some reservations about, really came together to be one of my favorite songs on the record.
Dreaming felt real life illusion. I always wish we'd become disheartened from falling for no reward. I want more. I see.
In deciding in that dilemma of whether to have a vocalist on the song, an important thing is, so Frank and I, we actually don't know exactly what your view, I think you were into the song too, so really, but Ben was the skeptic of the band, but the important thing being that Frank and I were pushing more toward it being an instrumental, and Ben was pushing strongly for it to be a vocal song. And I think it was very helpful to have our producer, David Castillo, who in pre-production, this was his favorite song, and he also saw it as a vocal song. I thought that was a meaningful decision maker for us, because for Ben, this is somebody who necessarily didn't see what was great about the song already yet fully, and so to have somebody like Frank and me was really pulled in by the song and saw the potential for vocals to enhance it further, I think gave credence to Ben's feelings, and I think and the fact that now in its final version Ben loves it too is comforting to me. And I think Frank and I, from how attached we were to it as an instrumental, I think we ultimately feel good about the decision, which we were skeptical about. And had it not been Daniel Tompkins, and had it not been that vocal idea that we composed that took, you know, months to figure out, that the one that we all liked and all felt really good about. And let's not lie, that chorus note, Daniel Tompkins is one of 3 dudes on earth that can hit that. So yeah, and that worked out well.
We did it.
And one more thing about Daniel Tompkins. Dan Tompkins is also Ryan's here's favorite vocalist probably in music today, and so we managed to keep it a secret from Ryan. He knew we had talked to Dan, but he didn't know that like Dan was on board to do the song, so we kept it a secret from Ryan for a while until it was like confirmed, meaning that Dan had sent us at least the first draft track of him singing on it, and we sent it to Ryan. And what'd you do, Ryan, when you heard it?
I broke down crying in front of my mom.
I think that's an appropriate response, I would say.
Yeah. Well, hey, hi Ryan. Here's this song that's our song with your favorite singer singing on it. So, have fun.
I think that was the body of the email, verbatim.
That was pretty much it.
The one other thing I'll say about the song, too, that is kind of a departure from the way we normally do things, well, the whole album is sort of a departure from the way we normally do things, is that when we have vocal songs, it's usually, they tend to be the songs that we write independently. Jamie has Mob Mentality, Frank has Contemplation of the Beautiful, I mostly have Crater. But this song, because there was all that sort of internal debate as to is this going to be vocal, is this going to be instrumental, and it came together from us all working together, this was sort of an interesting kink in that process. And that I think that was really a big part of what made it such a challenge. That, you know, when I'm writing something or when Frank is writing something, it's how one of us feels or how one of us reacts to the music. And here we have this song we don't agree on, and we also have to agree on what's being said in it and how it's coming across. And it was a really interesting challenge, but I think it was a really productive experience to have writing together in that way.
I think we all contributed a lyric or a vocal melody to it also, and then except for Ryan, but then Ryan.
Well, Ryan had the contribution though.
I did?
Yeah, the keyboard contribution.
Creepy keyboard.
Ryan had a real breakthrough moment in the song where he composed one of the main keyboard lines in the song, and when I heard it coming down to the practice room, I was like, I don't care if Ryan gets credits. I don't care if I didn't write this. We're using it in the song. Like, I'm not going to be prideful about it. And it, like, turned out to be the line in the bridge and the ending of the song. And the breakdown part is still one of my favorite parts on the whole record. And Ryan is responsible for the money keyboard line there.
Hey, you gotta take credit. You wanted that glass of water.
Yeah.